The rivers that irrigate the central plateaus of Tanzania are all dry. The whole savannah is dried out and thirsty. The land is scorched. The animals are suffering. Only the Ruaha still flows. It's the only source of water now for tens of kilometers around. The animals from all around all come to drink from it, both hunters and hunted. One Eye is 12 years old, and she reigns over a pride of 2 males, 2 young ones, and 8 females. One Eye is the best hunter of them all, the most courageous, the most tenacious. They all count on her. That's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of meat to catch. A 1,000-strong herd of buffalo is wandering the savannah in search of the grass that's getting ever harder to find. Wherever you look, the earth's scorched. There's nothing left to eat. 900 kilos per animal. 900,000 tons of meat, all heading for the riverside. The lions have spotted the young buffalo. The herd all know the lions are there, but they have no choice. They're driven by thirst. These buffalo can hardly control themselves. They really, really need to drink. This stretch of the river has been home to the pride for decades now. They attack the buffalo every time they come to drink, of course, but over the years the buffalo have wised up a bit. These days, whenever they attack, the lions are faced with some redoubtable adversaries. The buffalo know their own strength. There are a lot of them, and they've all got horns. As for the lions, they rely on their keen hunting instincts and their organization. Anywhere else, the desperate mooing of a calf would go unanswered, but not here. These young bulls are no pushover. They create a defensive lineup that the lions dare not take on. Buffalo don't have a leader. They react collectively. The young, the old, and the mothers are all kept safe at the center of the herd, protected by the young bulls. It's over. The buffalo held their own. But it'll be a long time before they'll be back here for a drink. The pride will have to find other prey. The pride is mortified by its failure. They've all slept together in a huddle. The females have been hurt, but not too seriously. These lionesses can't give in to pain, though, for there are new battles that await them. If any member of the pride gets hurt, the others all comfort them and show them affection. The day's first challenge is this herd of elephants. They've come down from the hills nearly 10 miles away. The elephants are very nervous of the lions. The matriarch who leads the herd wants to give them a wide berth. The pride all head off to put their young out of harm's way. They're well aware that, faced with 50 or more mastodons, they're hitting below their weight. But they're partial to a bit of elephant meat. If they come across a young one on its own, they'll try to kill it. Every year, the pride kills 1 or 2 elephants. Today, the mothers are staying very close to their young. The whole herd is on edge. There's no way the lions can get near one of the baby elephants. The way's clear to the river now, and the pride can quench its thirst. The two cubs are still suckling, but milk's not enough anymore. They're 4 months old, and they need meat. There are a lot of hippopotamuses in the river. It's a constant struggle between them to get to the water holes. This older male has been pushed off into the shallows. Don't be deceived by their dumpy looks. The hippopotamus is a very aggressive beast, feared throughout Africa. It'll charge ferociously at the lions to hang on to its territory. Out of the water, though, it's too slow to be a real threat. The old male's not getting anywhere. He heads back to the water. They won't come after him there. He watches, waits for them to go away. The lions are patient. Their time will come. In the tropics, sundown is around 6 o'clock. Twilight doesn't last long. In half an hour it'll be dark, and the savannah's a dangerous place in the dark. The old male's hungry. So hungry he can't keep wallowing in the water till the lions leave. If he wants to eat, he'll have to come out. With everything so dry, good grazing's hard to come by. A hippo has to search even further afield, into the danger zone. The pride have ambushed and killed the old male, for want of anything better. He doesn't make good meat. The flesh is buried under a thick and rancid coat of fat. This isn't going to stave off their hunger. The vultures have been circling hundreds of feet overhead since early morning, keeping an eye on things down in the bush. And they're quick to spot the carrion. Hyenas, jackals, all the scavengers from all around can now feast on the huge carcass. The lions haven't killed in vain. The pride's huntresses take up position overlooking the river to keep an eye on what's coming by. These giraffes must have decided to leave the hills. Normally, they don't need to come and drink. The morning dew and the sap from the acacia leaves is usually enough for them. Even for lions as powerful as One Eye's pride, giraffes are very sought after prey. An adult male weighs 2 tons. Any lion that attacks a giraffe will have no chance on its own. The lioness couldn't care less about the impala. What she's interested in is those giraffes a bit further off. From their slender ankles, their long necks, their elegance, you might think these giraffes harmless, but don't be fooled. One kick from a giraffe can split a lion's skull or smash its ribcage. It'll take the whole pride to bring down prey of this caliber. The riverbanks have been eroded by the recent floods, so One Eye can use their cover to advance unseen. The pride has stayed up on the bank and slips through the curtain of grasses to get closer to the giraffes. One Eye's using the terrain skillfully. The pride sits back and waits. The giraffe doesn't suspect a thing. The 2 youngsters have been following One Eye. They're starting their apprenticeship. For them, hunting's still a game. Their growling startles the giraffe. The pride is alert now, but they're lagging behind. The two beaters push the prey down into the riverbed, but they're on their own. The others haven't followed. The giraffe has got away. All One Eye's stalking has been in vain. The rest of the pride know the giraffe has escaped. They stay in the shade. Still, nothing to eat. It's been a week since their last meal. With things being so dry, the blood-sucking lionflies are proliferating and won't leave them alone. Fortunately, none of the lions has an open wound, because these flies would make it much worse. The sun is at its zenith. It's between 40 and 50 degrees in the shade. The pride's not going to try hunting in heat like this. Dehydration sets in quickly, and heat stroke can hit suddenly, even with animals used to such a hot climate. The larger animals take refuge in the shade of the acacias to save their energy. The whole bush is dazed by the heat. The animals are all suffering. Peace reigns briefly on the savannah. From midday till mid-afternoon, there's no need to be on the defensive. Nobody's going to be attacking anybody. The hunting's not getting any better for the pride. Only a few seasons ago, the buffalo were much easier prey. In this part of Tanzania, the lions are different to elsewhere in Africa. They're tougher, heavier, more aggressive. Their belligerence is a result of the dozens of raids they've had to carry out just to survive, to stay alive despite the dryness, and to overcome adversaries who will all fight to the bitter end. Life gets going again around 4 o'clock, when the sun starts to sink. The baboons all head up into the sausage trees. They pick the young shoots, throw away the flowers, and knock all the fruit down. The fruit brings the impala over. They love it. And the impala bring the lions. The monkey's barking rings round the savannah like an alarm, spreading panic. The sky darkens, thunder rolls out. A storm would bring some welcome freshness to the thirsty bush. The air's too dry to breathe. All the dust devils are proof of how much of the vegetation has disappeared all around. The dryness has left everything scorched, and the wind is stripping the soil. On the plateaus of central Tanzania, everything now is just heat and dust. The giraffes leave the river and head back to their hills, where it's less stiflingly hot. The storm has passed without even a drop of rain falling. The grass has all turned to straw. The whole savannah looks empty. Pride have no choice. Pure instinct drives them to the very edge of their territory, where the giraffes live. By straying far from the river, the lions are risking their lives. It's a struggle for them, but they keep going, walking all day and all night, side by side. At last, they're in giraffe country, many long miles away from their home territory. It's a foreign land to them. There are none of the familiar landmarks of the river. For the giraffes, as for most species, the most vulnerable and accessible prey is their young ones. The little ones are inexperienced. Unlike the adults, they haven't got the height to be able to keep a constant eye on the bush. The giraffes who've gone to drink have left their young with one of the females, who's acting as nurse. If a young giraffe is attacked by a lion, its only chance is to rely on its speed to get away. The nurse has sensed the lions. She heads out of the danger zone. One of the little ones follows her. The other hangs back. He's not aware there are spying eyes there in the long grass. The pride gets into hunting formation. The females set out in a pincer motion. The outrider who tries to cut off their path only just misses them. The two giraffes are miraculously spared. There's still some vegetation here. It's terrain that suits the lions just fine. There are a lot of giraffes in these hills. One big male has sniffed something he likes a lot. There's a female nearby, and she's in heat. And she smelled him too. They meet up, and they get along fine. All that exists now is their desire for each other. Nothing else matters. The male can think of nothing else. All the wariness he needs to survive here is forgotten. The lions haven't missed a moment of this lover's tryst. The males are here, and they rarely turn up in vain. All around the lovers, the trap is closing. It's the lionesses who lead the chase. The beaters will herd the giraffe towards One Eye, and she'll be the first to pounce. With their long necks, giraffes can see for great distances, but they're blind to what's going on beneath their feet. The big cats are close, and the giraffe doesn't suspect a thing. One of the males creeps up behind the cover of a bush. He's closing in. By the time the giraffe spots the lions, it's too late. lionesses have had enough. The chase, all the various attacks, the falls, it's all left them exhausted. But the pride has been saved from its raging hunger. As usual, the male gets to feed first. His lunge was the decisive one. With his 250 kilos, it was him who actually brought the giraffe down. In the distance, the female has been watching her partner die, helpless. She can't bring herself to abandon him. The cubs are brought over to feed on the carcass. They're given the head. The cheeks are easy for them to chew on. The spectre of famine has been held off for another couple of weeks, and in an environment as harsh as the bush, that's a long time. The vultures are circling, but they'll have a long wait. The lions won't be finished here for a while. The smell of blood travels far on the savannah. It's attracted other giraffes. It's also attracted the buffalo. They're worried about the lions, but from the smell of giraffe they can tell it's not one of them that's been killed. This young bull's just trying to scare them with his charge. This meat's too precious. The lions have gone to too much trouble to abandon it now. For the buffalo, there's no point to a confrontation. A few days later, the pride gets home to the river. It's not a good idea for them to leave their territory for too long. Especially a territory like this one, right next to a river that never dries out, where a lot of animals come to drink. There are two other prides in the vicinity. One of them could take advantage of One Eye's absence and take over here. On the African savannah, both the power and the survival of a pride of lions depend on a fragile balance with its surroundings, one that every day is under threat. A severe drought, or one that goes on too long, too much prey that gets away, or unsuccessful hunts, and famine will strike. If the species is to survive, that means that as soon as any female comes on heat, one of the males must mate with her. In mating, as in hunting, it's the female who takes the initiative. The male has played his reproductive role. By scratching at the ground, he marks out the borders that the other lions mustn't cross if they don't want to incur his wrath. Should a young male searching out new territory dare to ignore this mark, he must be ready to pay with his life. The pregnant lioness has retreated to a thicket away from the pride to give birth. Hidden away there in the undergrowth, she's had 2 cubs. For now, they're just 2 blind and cuddly little beings that each weigh less than a kilo. Young lions need protecting. On them rests the whole future of the pride. Sometimes the mother will go off to hunt, leaving the little ones to their own devices. If a hyena came along, or a leopard, a python, even another lion, it would kill them. After 3 or 4 weeks of suckling her young and licking and cuddling them, the mother leaves her den and returns to the pride. One Eye is the first to spot her. The whole pride's very moved by the young mother's return, and they're all there to welcome her back. Lions are social animals with very strong bonds that tie them to each other. At these important moments in their lives, they can be very demonstrative. The mother will bring her cubs in a little while, and they'll be able to suckle from all the females. Once again, One Eye has managed to get them all through the drought. The pride hasn't lost a single member. It's as powerful as ever, its reign over the Ruaha River now even stronger. One Eye's courage and her skill in the hunt unite the pride around her in a sense of fellowship that's allowed them to survive the dreaded dry season and will continue to do so through the coming year in a climate that knows no pity.